Imagine standing on a frozen expanse where the air bites harder than the fiercest winter storm you've ever experienced. Snowflakes don't just fall here, they bombard, relentless in their mission to blanket everything in sight. In these brutal conditions, only one kind of beast thrives: the Arctic Expedition off-road trucks. These aren't your average off-roaders. They're towering titans built to conquer the ice and snow, providing not just transport, but a mobile sanctuary in one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Desolate landscapes and bone-chilling temperatures define the Arctic. What most people overlook is the sheer scale and power these vehicles must possess to ensure their inhabitants survive. We're talking about machines so formidable, they make your average SUV look like a child's toy. These giants of ice are the unsung heroes of Arctic exploration, often overshadowed by the more glamorous tales of daring adventurers and scientific breakthroughs. Yet, here's the twist. Most of these mechanical leviathans remain mysteries to even the savviest off-road enthusiasts. You've probably heard of a few legendary names, but I promise there are trucks on this list that will drop your jaw. They remain hidden gems in the world of extreme exploration, sculpted not just for survival but for thriving in a place where nature shows no mercy. So, why does this matter? Because understanding these vehicles is like peering into a world where human ingenuity meets nature's ultimate challenge. These trucks aren't just about raw power. They embody the pinnacle of engineering, adapting to the Arctic's harsh whims. As we delve into the extraordinary, we'll reveal machines capable of overcoming obstacles that defy logic and test the limits of endurance. Ready to uncover the true giants of the Arctic? Let's plunge into the unknown. KAMAZ 6345. Meet the KAMAZ 6345, a Russian juggernaut lurking in the Arctic's frosty wilderness, stretching over 10 meters of pure, unadulterated brute force. Ever picture a truck designed not just to roll over rough paths, but to laugh in the face of icy tundra challenges? This beast is the stuff of Arctic legends, engineered for conditions that would leave lesser vehicles quaking in their suspension coils. But what makes the 6345 truly remarkable isn't just its size. It's the raw, mechanical heart beating within it. At the core of this mammoth is a 17-liter V8 diesel engine, a powerhouse that could probably propel a small locomotive if it felt like taking on a career change. This mechanical muscle is paired with an 8x8 drivetrain, a configuration that ensures no terrain is too daunting. Mud, snow, ice, it doesn't discriminate, it simply dominates. The KAMAZ 6345 is like an iron-willed adventurer, never backing down from a challenge, always ready to tackle the unyielding Arctic landscape. Here's the twist. Survival in the Arctic isn't just about power, it's about being smart. Inside, this Goliath is outfitted with thermal insulation and climate control, keeping its crew in a bubble of warmth amidst the howling frozen winds. Imagine sipping hot cocoa while the world outside tries its best to freeze over. Then there's the tire pressure control system, an innovation that might sound mundane until you realize it's the difference between gliding over soft snow and sinking into a frosty quagmire. The truck adjusts to conditions on the fly, making it a master of adaptation in an environment where rigidity means ruin. Why this actually matters? The KAMAZ 6345 isn't a plaything for weekend warriors looking for a thrill. It's a lifeline for Russian oil and gas companies that operate in some of the planet's harshest environments. Picture rigs and drills miles from civilization, reliant on these steel titans to ferry supplies and personnel. And let's not forget about Arctic science expeditions. Researchers plunging into the icy unknown depend on the 6345's dependability. In practical terms, it's not just a vehicle, it's a mission-critical asset, bridging humanity with the inhospitable wilderness. Take a step back, and you'll see that this truck is more than metal and rubber. It's a testament to human ingenuity, a rolling example of how we've harnessed technology to conquer one of the planet's most formidable frontiers. Odd as it sounds, there's a certain beauty in its beastliness, a poetry of pistons and gears forging paths where nature says there should be none. But here's the catch. While the KAMAZ 6345 may seem invincible, it's a reflection of the lengths we go to exploit the Arctic's resources, raising questions about environmental impact and sustainability. It's a dance on the knife edge between progress and preservation, a reminder that every punch we throw at the Arctic may one day land back on us. In the end, the KAMAZ 6345 is more than just an Arctic expedition truck. It's a symbol of our relentless quest to conquer the unconquerable, a rolling beast with a tail as complex and rugged as the icy lands it treads. FWD-MM-1 Terra Cruiser. Imagine a machine built for nothing less than conquering the icy wilderness of the Arctic. The FWD-MMN-1 Terra Cruiser isn't just a truck. It's a cold-blooded monster that once served as the backbone for U.S. military operations in the 1950s. Developed during a time when the Cold War demanded innovation on ice, this beast was crafted for a singular purpose: transporting heavy military equipment across the harsh, unforgiving Arctic terrain. But what truly sets it apart from other vehicles of its time? Let's unravel the intriguing details. Here's the core of it. This mammoth of a vehicle boasts a V8 gasoline engine, a powerhouse designed to combat the brutal conditions of the North. With its full-time 4x4 drivetrain, the Terra Cruiser doesn't just adapt to the slippery, snow-laden surfaces, it thrives on them. The presence of such mechanical muscle under its hood makes it unmistakably clear. This is a vehicle that laughs in the face of Mother Nature's coldest fury. But of course, there's a twist. The Terra Cruiser wasn't just about raw power, it symbolized the strategic push of the United States to extend its reach into the Arctic during a tense period in global politics. Why this actually matters? During the era of its creation, the Terra Cruiser played a pivotal role in constructing the DW, Distant Early Warning line radar stations across the icy expanses of northern Canada and Alaska. These stations were critical during the Cold War, serving as sentinels designed to detect any potential Soviet attacks from the north. The Terra Cruiser, therefore, wasn't just a machine, it was a key piece on the chessboard of global security. Odd as it sounds, this seemingly simple transport vehicle held the weight of international tensions on its axles, literally bridging gaps in a world divided by suspicion and fear. So what now? As we take a step back and appreciate the engineering marvel that is the FWD-MM-1 Terra Cruiser, it's crucial to understand its legacy. This isn't just a relic of military history. It's a reminder of a time when the Arctic was not merely a frozen wasteland, but a potential front line. The Terra Cruiser is a testament to human ingenuity and our insatiable drive to conquer the unconquerable. Today, while it sits as a historical artifact, its story is far from frozen in time. Instead, it sparks curiosity about the relentless pursuit of exploration and the unyielding battle against the elements that define our past and future expeditions alike. ZIL E-167. Step aside modern machines because it's time to delve into a relic from an era defined by its audacity. The ZIL E-167, a Soviet behemoth crafted during the Cold War, epitomizes a time when engineering knew no bounds and no environment was too hostile. You see, this was more than just a truck. It was a statement on wheels, a testament to Soviet resilience and ambition, bred to conquer the Arctic's toughest terrains. Here's the core of it. The ZIL E-167 wasn't just about getting from point A to B. No, it was designed with the singular goal of navigating the unforgiving Arctic wilderness, where temperatures plummet and the landscape itself seems to rebel against intruders. At first glance, you might think it's just another oversized vehicle. But the truth is, it's a monster built to withstand nature's harshest elements. Why this actually matters? During the Cold War, controlling the Arctic equated to strategic supremacy. And while some may overlook the relevance, the ZIL E-167 was more than a vehicle. It was a tool for asserting dominance. With its massive tires and robust suspension, it could traverse snow and ice with an ease that seems almost mythical. Odd as it sounds, this beast of a machine was intentionally over-engineered to laugh in the face of Arctic adversity. While most vehicles would quiver at the thought of sub-zero temperatures, the ZIL E-167 embraced them like an old friend. The real twist? It wasn't just efficient during its time, it was revolutionary, paving the way for modern polar exploration vehicles. So what now? Imagine, if you will, the sight of this colossus carving a path through the ice, unstoppable and resolute. It's not just a chapter of history, but a lesson in engineering prowess. While it may not be roaming the icy plains today, its legacy endures. The ZIL E-167 remains a captivating symbol of an era that dared to dream big, driving innovation forward even under the frostiest of conditions. The Arctic may be vast, but as this mechanical titan proved, it's not unconquerable. Euro 592. At first glance, the Euro 592 might look like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a real game-changer for those who dare to conquer the Arctic's most hostile terrains. Here's the twist: this beast isn't your typical off-road truck. Instead of traditional wheels, it boasts a track-based system that almost seems to float over soft snow and thin ice. Imagine traveling across what seems like an endless white abyss, without the fear of sinking into it. The Euro 592's ultra-low ground pressure is an engineering marvel that can glide where most vehicles would be swallowed whole. So, what now? Why this actually matters? The Euro 592 is a crucial player in the oil and gas industry, especially in the inaccessible regions of Siberia and Russia's far north. While others are busy wading through the sludge of Arctic bureaucracy, the Euro 592 is out there making real moves. And it's not just the oil tycoons who are reaping the benefits. Scientific missions rely on this ingenious machine too. Imagine the world's best researchers being able to go further than ever before to uncover the secrets of Earth's final frontier, all thanks to the Euro 592. Now let's get concrete. This isn't your run-of-the-mill expedition truck. In practical terms, it's built to withstand temperatures that could freeze fire and can move through snowy paths as if they were paved roads. Odd as it sounds, the Euro 592 is challenging what we know about Arctic exploration. But there's a catch here. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme for adventurers. The Euro 592 demands respect and understanding of its limits and capabilities. It's not merely a tool, but a symbol of human ingenuity against nature's harshest challenges. Hard truth time, navigate it wrong, and the Arctic will swallow you whole, leaving no trace. So, the Euro 592 doesn't just transport, it transforms the landscape of possibility, turning the Arctic from an impassable wasteland into a land of untapped potential and discovery. Burlak Snow Truck. Odd as it sounds, the Burlak Snow Truck isn't just a vehicle, it's a revelation. Born from the inventive minds of independent Russian engineers, this beast was crafted with one purpose: to conquer the Arctic. Forget the typical off-road experience. The Burlak Snow Truck is about surviving in the harshest conditions imaginable, transforming impossible dreams into Arctic reality. Here's the twist. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about upending what you think is achievable in a truck. Most vehicles face a wall when they hit the water. Not this one. The Burlak boasts amphibious capabilities, making it as adept at navigating icy waters as it is at plowing through snowdrifts. Picture a graceful dance partner that doesn't shy away from a challenging move. This truck does the tango on ice, with its Cummins 2.8 ISF turbo diesel engine providing the rhythm and power needed to master the Arctic's treacherous terrain. At first glance, it might seem like a quirky gimmick. Amphibious features on a snow truck? Seems over the top, right? But take a step back and consider the challenge. An unbroken stretch from Russia to the North Pole. This is where the Burlak truly shines. It successfully completed this audacious expedition, proving its mettle in an arena where many others have failed. It's not just a journey, it's a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of adventure. Why this actually matters? In a world where we're often confined to the ordinary, the Burlak Snow Truck represents the extraordinary. It's not just a vehicle for Arctic exploration, it's a symbol of pushing boundaries. For those daring enough to venture into the unknown, the Burlak provides the means to do so without second-guessing whether the next frozen river or ice shelf will end the journey. Here's the core of it. This truck isn't just a feat of engineering, it's a lifeline for those who crave the thrill of untamed landscapes. It redefines what it means to be self-sufficient in the Arctic, offering a rugged, reliable, and surprisingly resourceful companion on expeditions where the stakes are sky-high. And let's be brutally honest, while most of us are cozy under a blanket dreaming of adventure, the Burlak is out there living it. In practical terms, the Burlak Snow Truck is a game-changer for Arctic explorers. But more than that, it's a call to action for anyone willing to embrace the extremes and redefine what's possible when the world turns white and wild. What most overlook is that this isn't just a truck, it's a legacy on wheels. Crest HT730C. Meet the Crest HT730C, a behemoth that laughs in the face of Arctic winters. Originally a mining truck, this giant has been reimagined for the harshest of conditions, thanks to a collaboration between Crest and the heavy-duty legends at Caterpillar. Think of it as the love child of a bulldozer and a snowplow, with all the raw power you'd expect and a touch of snow-slaying finesse. But what makes this monster tick? That's where the magic happens. Under the hood, you'll find a Caterpillar C13 engine. Now, this isn't just any engine. It's a powerhouse designed to start when temperatures drop so low your eyelashes freeze. Extreme cold start systems are built right in, meaning this truck doesn't just endure the cold, it embraces it. Goodbye, frigid stalls. Hello, relentless performance. Here's the kicker. This isn't about a leisurely Arctic joyride. This machine is a workhorse, a beast of burden hauling massive cargo across oil fields, gas pipelines, and scientific outposts. That's right. It's got more on its plate than a buffet line at a truckers' convention. In practical terms, it's hauling everything from equipment to essential supplies, ensuring that remote operations stay well-oiled and running smoothly. When you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, every single piece it transports can mean the difference between mission success and a long, cold wait for rescue. Let's get concrete for a moment. The Crest HT730C isn't just about raw power and rugged design, it's a symbol of human ingenuity, meeting nature's toughest challenges head-on. These trucks don't just traverse icy landscapes, they conquer them. So, what's overlooked by many? The sheer versatility of this beast. It's not just a truck, it's a lifeline in a snowstorm, a mobile command center in whiteout conditions, and, sometimes, the unsung hero in a survival story that never hits the headlines. Odd as it sounds, having a reliable monster like this in the Arctic is as critical as having a lifeboat on a cruise ship. Its presence is both comforting and essential. Take a step back, and you'll see that in an environment where the margin for error is thin, vehicles like the HT730C are not just beneficial, they're indispensable. So what now? If you're planning an Arctic expedition or heading off to a distant scientific outpost, you might want a Crest HT730C in your convoy, because when the Arctic decides to show its teeth, this is one beast you want on your side. Next up, we'll explore the Overland Train Mark II, a vehicle that promises to redefine what you think about land trains. Overland Train Mark II. Step into the cold embrace of the Arctic, where the Overland Train Mark II stands as a monument to human engineering audacity. Built in the late 1950s, this wasn't just a vehicle, it was the US Army's bold statement against nature's icy grip. Imagine a beast designed to conquer the unforgiving tundra, crafted to haul supplies across the Arctic's vast white expanse. But here's the twist. This mechanical colossus wasn't merely another military project. It was an experiment in scale and ambition, a rolling fortress on an epic quest through the frozen wilderness. At first glance, you might think it's a train out of a science fiction novel. 7 modular trailers stretched across the landscape like an iron serpent, and a command unit that was its beating heart. This gargantuan assembly reached a jaw-dropping 173 meters in length. Yes, you heard right. This Leviathan of the Arctic wasn't just lengthy, it was legendary. The Overland Train Mark II wasn't about subtlety. It was about making a statement loud enough to echo across the ice. There's a catch here. Powering this behemoth wasn't a simple task. A 600-horsepower turbo diesel engine roared at its core, a beast within a beast. But raw power wasn't its only trick. The real magic lay beneath the surface. A distributed traction system that allowed this mechanical beast to grip the ice with the tenacity of a polar bear. It wasn't just moving, it was an icy ballet of power and precision, each wheel working in harmony to conquer the Arctic's hostile terrain. Here's the core of it. The Overland Train Mark II was more than a transport vehicle. It was a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. Built for an environment where even the cold can cut like a knife, this was no ordinary machine. It was a deliberate, audacious act of defiance against the elements. In practical terms, it was an innovation that dared to dream of endless possibilities in a realm where survival was the first and only rule. Odd as it sounds, this colossal creation eventually faded into obscurity, a relic of bygone ambitions, but its legacy persists in the whispers of the Arctic wind. The Overland Train Mark II is both a cautionary tale and a bold reminder of what we can conceive when we refuse to be bound by the limits of conventional thinking. So, take a step back and appreciate this marvelous chapter in Arctic exploration, a mechanical saga that sought to rewrite the rules of the frozen North. Antarctic Snow Cruiser. Imagine this, a behemoth rolling across the ice with the swagger of a giant mechanical beast. That's the Antarctic Snow Cruiser for you. Dreamt up in 1939 as a vision of futuristic mobility, it promised to be the ultimate mobile research lab for Antarctic exploration. Here's the core of it, a blend of cutting-edge ambition and a dash of hubris. Now, what made this monstrosity tick? At first glance, it was all about a revolutionary powertrain and high flotation tires that were supposed to glide over the icy terrain like a ballerina on stage. The engineers, perhaps sipping a bit too much of their own Kool-Aid, designed these tires to spread the vehicle's weight, making it a light-footed dancer atop the snow and ice. It was practically the stuff of science fiction, a promise of unchained exploration where no man had boldly wheeled before. But here's the catch. This Arctic juggernaut turned out to be more of a white elephant than a snow savior. On paper, it was a marvel. In reality, it floundered. The snow cruiser's promise melted faster than ice under the sun. It struggled to gain traction, a bit like trying to run a marathon in roller skates. The lofty tires, meant to conquer the ice, struggled to find grip, betraying the cruiser at every turn. So why does this mechanical leviathan matter in the grand tapestry of Arctic exploration? Well, it stands as a stark reminder of human overconfidence. We might sketch out grand plans with blueprints and dreams, but the unforgiving ice cares little for our fantasies. As a result, the Antarctic snow cruiser was abandoned, left to freeze in the icy clutches of Antarctica, a colossal carcass of human ambition buried under layers of snow. In practical terms, this failure didn't just leave a big hunk of metal stranded in the cold, it etched a valuable lesson in the annals of exploration. The cruiser's demise underscores the hard truth that innovation without practical grounding often ends up as little more than a monument to folly. Let's take a step back and appreciate the irony. What was supposed to be an emblem of progress became an eternal ice sculpture, a tombstone for misplaced confidence. It's a tale of human audacity facing the relentless forces of nature, one that reminds us of the delicate balance between innovation and practicality. In the end, the Antarctic snow cruiser remains frozen in time, an icy testament to dreams that skidded off course. So there you have it, a journey through the iron giants of the North, each one more awe-inspiring than the last. Now, it's easy to admire the grandeur and raw power of these Arctic expedition trucks. But take a step back, and you'll see these are not just feats of mechanical brilliance, they're triumphs over nature's harshest elements. Imagine engineering a beast that laughs in the face of sub-zero temperatures and treacherous terrain while hauling tons across ice as if it were cruising down a sunny highway. Here's the twist. What's often overlooked is the sheer audacity of these creations. Building machines that thrive where most don't even dare to tread is nothing short of defying the impossible. These trucks aren't merely about getting from point A to point B. They're about rewriting the rules of what's traversable. And that's why they exist. Because someone dared to ask, what if, in the face of a frozen wilderness that offers no second chances? Here's the core of it. Each truck is a testament to the human spirit's resilience and innovation. The challenges they overcome are as staggering as the landscapes they roam. But why should that matter to you? Because these machines and the minds behind them redefine potential. They push the boundaries of what's conceivable, inviting us all to envision and perhaps create a broader future for exploration and technology. Now, before we part ways, I want to hear from you. Have you ever come face to face with any of these mechanical marvels? Or maybe some other extreme machines that challenge the laws of nature? Share your stories, your thoughts, or even a wild idea or two in the comments below. Because, let's face it, our collective curiosity often drives the most thrilling adventures. And if exploring the outer limits of engineering excites you as much as it does me, don't forget to subscribe. There's a whole world of extreme machines and engineering wonders waiting to be discovered. Who knows what groundbreaking feats we'll uncover next? Until then, let's continue to chase the unknown, challenge the impossible, and celebrate the incredible.